So here we are with Pati, and I'm never going to pronounce your name. You pronounce your own name.
Pati's perfect.
Pati's fine? Jinich.
Oh,
Jinich. Okay. So we're delighted. This is I don't know where to begin with you because you just stumped me just a minute ago by saying you've been in the store before, and now I'm like, well, when? You didn't introduce yourself.
I've been here so many times. Many
I'm
times.
like,
in fact, let me tell you, I was here when I was a policy analyst, even before I jumped in the cooking
when you were in your Washington mode,
when I was
government mode.
Exactly, when I wanted to be an academic. And I have a sister that used to live in British Columbia, and now I have a sister-in-law that lives in Toronto. So we come to Canada all the time. We love Canada. And
there you go.
I came here, no,
and
love
you came
Canada,
here.
and came here many years ago. And I was looking through your magazines, and then like 2 years later we came again and again. I've always bought stuff.
That's good because it's only appropriate. We're totally digressing now because in 2 weeks we're celebrating our 30th anniversary.
I saw
so
that on Twitter.
It's only appropriate then that you should come back and be here for your book, which I might say is really why you're here, not because it's our 30th anniversary.
Congratulations
on
your 30 years.
Well, congratulations on your book because Mexican cuisine. What we see here and what North Americans see in Mexican food and what you're presenting here, this is a nice combo between the two. I think there's a familiarity, there's a family component to it, but it's really authentic too. So
I'll tell you what I try to do.
Yes.
With this book, I'm really trying to build bridges.
Right.
And to show that Mexican cooking, for one thing, is much similar to what everybody else eats.
Yes.
We have pasta dishes, we have rice dishes, we have soups, we have salads.
You've got pasta in your
pasta, and it's not like I'm making up a pasta to make it American or Canadian. It's Mexican seed pasta, but we have our trademark, our signature ways of making them. And so it's trying to break down many myths and build bridges at the same time. So no Mexican food is not the Tex-Mex combo.
No.
Or greasy and cheesy and saucy.
Lumped with cheese on the top, stick it under the broiler and look.
And Mexican food is not always laborious and complex and uses 1,000 different ingredients that are very
forgiving too if you're cooking with it. Like if you're
So Alison, I always like to say that the food of a country is very much like the people of that country. And
forgiving.
Mexicans, we're so accommodating.
Yes, you are. That's true. That's a great way to look at it.
Give me a cot to sleep in on the floor, or the Four Seasons, I'll be equally happy. And we're just accommodating and hardworking and versatile. We accommodate here, we accommodate there. And Mexican food is very much like this. When you think about the French, which I love the French. I love French food, and I would be in Paris tomorrow, but their food is a little fussy. It's a
little more exacting.
A little more exacting.
And your cooking show, it's on and we were just discussing this before, saying I really like the PBS cooking shows.
Yes.
I think there's something about PBS and their cooking shows which go right back to the days of Julia Child to now. That they're instructive and they're educational. There's partial travelogue. Tell us about how you enjoy doing your show too.
I love doing my cooking show on PBS because then I can get away with all these content on history and traditions and legends, and what I really love doing the most, I love cooking and testing but researching, I'm incredibly curious, and I love sharing stories, and I think in other places it's more about being fast and appealing and fast recipes, whereas on PBS the audience that PBS has really digs for that content and wants to get the educational and instructional
and it's not a competition and it's not I think people are getting tired. I think a little bit of the competitive reality sort of cooking thing. I want to get back to it. So when you don't eat Mexican, what do you eat?
I love Italian. Love Italian. Lasagna. I would eat lasagna every day.
Mexican lasagna?
I just made so in the book, let me tell you guys, in the book there's this dish called Aztec casserole, which is like a Mexican lasagna. Instead of being layered with lasagna noodles, it's layered with corn tortillas. And here's the thing, I tell people, if you're gonna make enchiladas or a casserole or something that's very saucy, please don't use flour tortillas. because they'll become muggy and soggy and like wet paper, and they're sweet.
Yes.
And corn tortillas are, first of all, zero fat, super healthy, very resilient, so you can sauce them up like crazy and they'll withhold their shape and their flavor. Anyway, got out of topic, but the Aztec casserole is layered with corn tortillas that you first toast slightly, so they will become even more resilient.
Right.
And it has that nice toasty flavor. And then you layer corn and a seasoned tomato sauce and poblano chilies, which that's another thing I want to tell people, you know, not all Mexican food has chilies, or when it does, they're not spicy. Poblano chilies are more like vegetables.
Yes.
With a ton of personality.
Yeah, with a ton of personality.
So you have the corn, the poblano, the sauce, chicken. I'm getting hungry.
I'm getting hungry too, and we haven't had lunch yet.
And then a little cream and a little cheese, and then you layer, and then it goes gratin on top. And so it's like the Mexican version of lasagna, but and it's very Mexican.
Yes.
But I love Italian lasagna, and my kids are fed up with Mexican, to be honest.
Your kids are fed up with Mexican?
They've had it. I mean, we eat it at home all the time, and for them it's what home tastes like. And no, I'm kidding.
So they want to go and have Italian.
But whenever we go out, like if I ever say, we were in Utah last year, and a friend of mine told me, Patty, you have to go to this place called the Red Iguana.
Okay.
It has fabulous Mexican, and we were just gonna be in that city for like 4 hours before we headed somewhere else. And I told my husband, we have to go to the Red Iguana, and my kids are like, is that Mexican? And I'm like, yes, but it's really good Mexican. They're like, no. And I had to drag them. And whenever we go out, it's like, please Italian, or please sushi, or please Chinese.
Now you're here in Toronto. You have to
tell me where I need to go.
There we go. That'll be another discussion. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.